Welcome to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and the financial markets. Today, my friends, we have to talk about Embracer, about the Embracer Group, the Swedish gaming holding that bought like every gaming studio, little gaming publisher out there actually throughout 2020, 21 and 2022 as well. Yeah, I mean, guys, PE ratio 13.48. That's very low. And now you're asking yourself, shall I invest into the stock? So I'm not going to give you an answer on this, of course, because you have to always do your own research, to do your homeworks. And hey guys, it's your money, because there is really something fundamentally wrong with Embracer. And it seems that the board, the CEO, in a special letter here that they were publishing today, are agreeing on this. So this is the open letter, and we're going to read through this letter shortly, and I'm going to comment this letter. So if you're interested in this, stay tuned. So let's go back to the stock chart, and I think it's worth to actually check the monthly chart out. So we were falling almost 50% again, and I would have thought like, okay, I mean 20% up from the low in May, that's okay, but we are now at 26 Swedish crowns, and that's actually not really high. Also, after the news, just the news today, and that's very important, just the news today, we are not up, and the overall market today is massively up. So in my overall stock market portfolio, I made so much money. But here, guys, nothing happens with Embracer Group. Nothing happens. So as you know, my friends, so I'm invested in Embracer. I'm not making a portfolio video today, so you find my latest portfolio video, of course, on my channel. Okay, guys, let's jump directly here to all those news. So what is the biggest problem? The biggest problem is they bought so many companies. So actually, I just read they also bought a THQ Nordic back in the days. Yeah, Koch Media is PlayOn, is Koch Media, Coffee Stain, Amplifier, Saber, Gearbox, Eidos, Montreal, and Crystal Dynamics. So they have a lot of IPs. They have a lot of IPs for games. They have a lot of studios. So those are actually the big sub companies in the group itself, and under this under those sub companies there are again even more studios. So those are the operative groups, so Saber, Gearbox, Eidos, Montreal, and then they have a huge catalog as you see, with Metro, SnowRunner, Satisfactory, Borderlands, Deep Rock, Valheim. And here this is also actually what is very interesting to look at. So it's the Projekt return of invest when it's just break even. They have a lot of games that have only a return of invest that is break even, and the average is only 2.48. I don't know now in comparison to the overall market if this is good, but it doesn't really sound good to me to be honest. So Embracer Group announces comprehensive restructuring program with immediate implementation. There was a huge press conference, guys, a huge press conference. So operational financial measures to increase cash conversion, improve efficiency, and reduce capex. So capacity expenditure, reaching a financial net debt below 10 billion Swedish crowns by end of the next annual quarter and the next annual fiscal year, reducing capex by at least 2.9 billion, they say here, compared to the run rate of 7.9 billion in the fourth quarter, reducing overhead costs by at least 10%. You won't know what this means. So they're kicking people out, they are closing down studios, they will also cancel projects. So this is all we know here, or at least 0.8 billion on a yearly basis, reiterating the previously communicated forecast. So yeah, well, let's hope that's going to happen. Measures will be implemented immediately and reach full run rate for then the fiscal year 24-25. Matthew Karch appointed interim chief operating officer, and Will Rogers appointed interim chief strategy officer. This is always very bad news. If people from different sub-organizations in Embracer, they then get a new interim position. So that is really bad news. So today we announce a comprehensive restructuring program that will enable us to realize untapped potential in Embracer Group and better optimize the use of our resources. Across the group, we are now initiating multiple actions to strengthen our cash flow generation and leverage our portfolios of IPs to become a stronger company and setting out on a stable future to build an even greater games to the benefit of gamers, blah, blah, blah. Lars Wingefors, CEO, co-founder of Embracer, my friend. Lars. Yeah, it was a terrible. I mean, this is terrible. Your stock fell 50% this month. Oh, yes, you have to do something. I know shareholders are behind this. They have to do something. They have to shut down studios. They have to cancel projects. They have to restructure. They have to refocus. Yeah, especially they have to refocus on quality, in my opinion. So, oh my God, I talked so much already in my videos about this. And also, they have to focus not to go on Epic Games exclusivity. This is a bad move. Don't do this. So also made a huge video about this. So here, those are the restructuring components we have. So yeah, appointing someone as a chief operating officer, interim chief operating officer is, in my opinion, not really changing anything now, but focus areas are CapEx, so expenditure of capital, OpEx, operational expenditure, savings, so it's going to be they're spending less money, capital allocation, they're trying to spend their money better, and efficiency improvement, so they're going to make less, more with less, so more with less. So mostly this means layoffs, kicking people out. And that's also kind of terrible as a shareholder of Embracer. I mean, I'm a capitalist, I'm not a socialist, guys, you know this. But as a shareholder of Embracer, I mean, first they go and they buy all those beautiful tiny little studios and publishers, and now those people get kicked out. And maybe there were some really good people there, some really talented people, and now they're closing down those parts of those studios or studios in general, and they will cancel their projects. I mean, hello, only because you as Embracer Group, as the big holding company, you didn't manage to you were just not able to run your company correctly, and now all these beautiful projects are cancelled. So if you haven't bought all those beautiful little studios, maybe we would still have those games. So I'm also asking myself, guys, I'm really asking myself, what impact is this going to have on all the smaller stocks I'm invested in? Also stocks where I thought about, okay, they are going to be acquired probably by a bigger one, not by Embracer, by a bigger gaming company. So what does this mean for those investments? Therefore, always diversify, always invest with small positions in risky stocks. So the closing of studios, and yeah, here we go. Reduction of general overhead, corporate and publishing costs, the closing of studios and termination of projects that have not yet been announced and with low projected returns. So they were even developing games that have a low projected returns. Now, as a capitalist, speaking as a capitalist, so you developing games where you already know no one wants to have them. So what is this? What was this for a strategy, guys? What was this for a strategy? Unbelievable. Creation of a more comprehensive centralized process for game investment and progress review while maintaining creative freedom. Creative freedom is important, yeah, but yes, make it. I mean, creative freedom is the most important aspect in our industry here, but yeah, you need a process, so you cannot just invest all the money in something and then everything will be fine. So, I mean, organize yourself. Again, organize yourself. So, reduction of investments into external development with greater focus on internal development based on owned and controlled IP. Okay, it's spending, that means spending less. Increase external funding of internally developed large budget games. So trying to get money from someone else. Renewed focus on the group's main business area. So what is the group's business area? Is it tabletop games? Is it deck building games? Is it or is it really creating some decent AAA games? Oh, I mean, THQ Nordic has never been known for AAA games, so they make AA games mostly. But yes, I mean, Embracer is a bit better. They make AAA games now. Implementing a centralized, standardized, more data-driven, precise approach to game forecasting. So, guys, this is really something. So, All right, so let's read this wonderful shareholder letter. So, and if you're not interested in this, I'm already giving you here my conclusion for this video. So what I'm going to do, honestly, I mean, I'm not ultra negative. I'm not like negative in the sense of that I think like, oh, Bracer is going to disappear, Bracer is going to fail. So I mean, I have quite a substantive investment in Embracer. You know it when you watch my other videos, and I think there's also a lot of negativity now. So now the negativity have to settle, they have to restructure, and then potentially we will see Embracer to consolidate the price and go more in a favorable direction for long-term investors. But on the other hand, guys, I cannot tell you, and I cannot tell myself. Let's be honest here, I cannot tell myself is this it? Is this it? 25.6? 25.6? I mean, in 2018, we were at 16, 17. So in my opinion, all of this is possible. So I'm not even excluding that we go back to the 15 Swedish crowns, but that's going to be then even more interesting. So this would be interesting for a gaming company than for me personally to invest a bit more, to average down. At the moment, I have to average down anyways, like everyone else. So yes, that's it. Let's jump to the open letter. So everyone, this morning we announced a structuring program across the Embracer Group that will make us leaner, stronger, and a more focused, self-sufficient company. I want to share some background and context to this decision and what it means for us going forward. So guys, if you like actually my videos, comment, like, and subscribe. Also share those videos, it's very important. So during the past years, Embracer invested significantly both in acquisitions and into a strategy of accelerated organic growth. We have acquired some of the world's leading entertainment IP, and we have invested into one of the largest pipelines of games across the industry. That's obviously the problem here, so I'm commenting this. The program presented today will transform us from our current heavy investment mode to a highly cash flow generative business this year. Sounds good, but I want to see it. I mean, you invest less doesn't mean you generate more cash. It will enable us to meet the worsening economy and market reality as a strong company, and it will fundamentally change our prioritization of growth with raised capital towards optimization and growth based on our own cash flow. So yeah, sounds good, is all economy talk. So but it means in general just kicking people out, canceling projects, focusing. The program will lower our net debt significantly. After completion of this program, we will generate growth and profitability with less business risk and with higher margins in the PC console segment over the coming years. Yeah, man, you're just stating this now. Dear CEO, you are just stating this now. We don't know if this is going to happen. I mean, they're also stating very positive words in previous quarterly fiscal yearly report. So this in turn will give us the freedom to continue to grow and deliver the high quality experience of our players really that our players really value. So let's jump here. It's so funny, you can prompt already here in Opera. So the program is divided into different phases until March 24 with focus on cost savings, capital allocation, efficiency, and consolidation. The initial phase, which is initiated immediately, yeah, you better do this now, mainly targets cost saving across the groups. The next phase, which also starts immediately, will require further analysis to determine specific actions. The last phase will focus on internal consolidation, further resource utilization, and more synergies across the group. The actions for each affected company will be implemented by the new interim COO, Chief Operating Officer, and CSO, what was this again, Chief Strategic Officer, I think, in collaboration with each operative group CEO and management teams. Embracer currently engages close to 17,000 people, and that's a lot. I mean, you have to really manage those people. And while the number will be lower by the end of the year, we're kicking people out. That's what he says. It is too early to give an exact forecast on this, so he even tells people so. Yeah, maybe you go not. So it is painful to see talented team members leave. Our people are what make us the fabric, what make make up the very fabric of Embracer. I understand and respect that many of you will be worried about your own position, and I don't have all the answers to all questions. I want to be clear that the decisions about this program were not taken lightly. I'm asking all our managers to lead and act with compassion, respect, and integrity. Throughout each phase and wherever possible, we will work to ensure that affected team members receive information first. Yeah, that's nice. We're just kidding, I'm satirical. Where we can, we will try to provide opportunities for our colleagues to transition onto other projects. It's important to note that while we are removing roles in some companies, we will continue to hire in others. We know, understand, and respect that this is a challenging time for every person impacted. For me, communication transparency are key, but it's also an increasingly difficult challenge in matters such as this program. So I'm a shareholder of this company. Did I say this already? So yeah, transparency. I'm a shareholder. I want transparency. The reality is that the quicker we act, the sooner we emerge as a stronger company. So the actions will include, but not be limited to, closing or divestments of some studios and the termination or pausing of some ongoing game development project. So yeah, this will happen. It will also include decreased spending on non-development costs such as overhead and other operating expenses. So yeah, the Swabian comes, the Irish money saver comes here, or the Swedish. The Swedish also don't like spending money, I don't know. We will reduce third-party publishing and put greater focus on internal IP and increase external funding of large budget games. Our new executive management team members Matthew and Phil will work to implement a revised, thorough review process for investments in our ongoing and potential new game development projects. They will also take the lead on further consolidation of operations, including review of the operative group structure. We will also have an increased focus on accountability across the group, ensuring performance is in line with or exceeding current target. So the potential impact from the program of future game releases will almost entirely be around unannounced projects. So that's so much about the transparency. All unannounced significant releases will still be released as planned. So it's okay. Let's say something positive. So it's okay. I like the letter. I like that he explains to us what happened. So that's communication transparency. That's important. That's strategic communication as well. And it's also to tell, if you start something like this, you want to get the trust back. The trust back from big investors, because this is not coming because a CEO just decides to do this. This is mostly coming because there was obviously some pressure from bigger investors. So I don't know it. I'm just assuming it. But you know the story how this works, guys. I mean, it's capitalism. The potential impact from the program of future games. Yeah, I had this already. I want to thank all of our industry partners that reached out in the past weeks and expressed their respect for Embracer and their desire to do more business with us, whether big, small, and transformative on our journey forward. As one of the largest content providers in the industry, this is the everyday business we should continue to increase. I see this as an acknowledgement of how important our people, games, and IPs are for the wider gaming ecosystem. There is significant untapped potential in Embracer, which we will work together to unleash. We need better leverage, commitment transmedia strategy. The strategy, yeah, that's it. They have different media. Ultimately, this will empower our entrepreneurs and creators to continue. So, yeah, that's actually not really important what's written there. That's just media talk. I'm proud of what we have built over the past year, and we should acknowledge that we are heading into a solid year with many amazing releases such as Remnant 2, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, Payday 3, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Arizona Sunshine 2, Alone in the Dark, Homeworld 3, and many, many others. Our financial year started with one of our greatest successes so far, Dead Island 2, which exceeded our management's already high expectations. That's it. And then here, last paragraph, also not so important. Guys, what do you think about this letter? What do you think about Embracer? Do you think we go lower? Do you think we get a rebound now after this letter? Do you think big institutional investors still need more time? They want to see results? Do small investors like you and I, do we want to see results? Obviously we do. So is this not a good moment to buy the stock? So what is your opinion? I'm very much interested in this. So with that, I'm leaving it here and wish you a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye bye.